In this video, I'll be going through the June 2022 e-assessment grade boundaries. So basically the grade boundaries for the subjects that I had taken in the June 2022 session. But please bear in mind that these grade boundaries are only limited to the June 2022 session and may or may not be the same or even similar to the assessments that you'll be taking soon. This is because the grade boundaries are determined based off of student performances for each subject for each session, so they'll always be different. So it's generally this can just be used as a benchmark or to give you an idea of what the grade boundaries could possibly be like. Another thing is that even after you've completed your e-assessment and you've gotten your cert, the IB will not give you the grade boundaries itself, but the school will have access to it. So if you would like to know the grade boundaries for your specific assessment, you could always request it from your school. This is important because IB gives the offer of re-evaluations, in which if you're 1 or 2 points off of a certain grade, you could possibly request a re-evaluation in order to have a chance of getting a higher grade. So it's good to always request it from your school if you can. Moving on to the grade boundaries, the subjects that I had taken for my e-assessment are language and literature, Mandarin language acquisition, emergent. There's 2 levels, emergent, the lower level, and capable, the higher level. I took emergent. Integrated humanities, also known as individuals and societies. The sciences, biology, chemistry, physics. Extended mathematics, there's both standard and extended. I took extended. Design for e-portfolio, personal project, and interdisciplinary unit. For my IDU assessment, the subjects that were combined were math and individuals and societies. So starting off with language and literature, the max total was 80 points, and the grade boundary for a 7 was 61 to 80. And for Mandarin language acquisition, the max total is 128, which is sort of a weird max total, but it is what it is. And the grade boundary for this is 106 to 128. For integrated humanities, the max total was 80, and the grade boundary was 68 to 80. As for the sciences, you can see that there's a lot of variation. So you can't really say all the sciences will be similar or anything like that. And even with this, the subjects you may think were easier could have had the lower grade boundary, and the subjects you thought were harder could have had the higher grade boundary. It really just completely depends on how students did on that assessment for that session. So I personally thought physics was the hardest assessment. I thought biology was comparatively easier compared to the other 2 sciences, but biology had the lowest grade boundary compared to all the other sciences. It was 69 to 100. Chemistry was 83 to 100, and physics was 76 to 100. But this grade boundaries could be just completely flipped for 2023. It just really depends. But this can just show you how varied the grade boundaries could possibly be. And then for extended mathematics, 73 to 100. And for e-portfolio, 29 to 32. From what I know, 29 was the same grade boundary for 2021 as well. So generally, 29 seems to be the norm, like generally how the grade boundary would be for design. But of course, it could go down to 28, it could go up to 30, it'll be around that range. So it's always good to score as high as possible. Personal project was 22 to 24. And interdisciplinary unit was the grade boundary that surprised me the most. It was 59 to 80. So there's a really large boundary at which you could still score a 7. And so yeah, these are the grade boundaries for June 2022. And I know that the e-assessment is coming near now. So if possible, you guys can request in the comments what type of videos you would like to see immediately that would immediately help you for the e-assessment. So it could help me to know what type of videos I can make for you as well. So yeah, thank you for watching.